Well, hello everyone and welcome to Betweenplays. All right, so CloudMD Humanacare. Okay, well, we got to close Humanacare. All right, I mean, I've been going through all of the groups that Betweenplays is in, as well as us as individuals, being in groups. And of course, the stock ended up picking up during the end of the day. I mean, it went to 230, I believe, as a close. But naturally, all of these acquisitions are important. All right, because they're getting more cash. I mean, they're pretty much cash rich at this moment, and with Idea 4 as well. I mean, they're gonna close. That's what they have to do. They have to close Idea 4 now because the acquisition it was made, I believe, in December, and they got to close that. So where does that leave us? What's going to excite us, right, as shareholders? Quebec and Alberta. That's what's going to excite us as shareholders, Quebec and Alberta. I mean, look, at this point, I know a lot of people out there are they're just going, well, I really like, Is this mean now we can open up in Alberta? Does this mean now? Look, we need the footprint clinics. We need the footprint clinics, and always remember that who else is using the Medicare card to bill? This is incredible, and where will CloudMD be like in 2 years, 3 years from now? But it's all about Quebec and Alberta, right? It always comes down to that. That's what it is here. I mean, that's what is going to excite us. As well as, uplisting to the TSX. Now, I believe, and Betweenplays, we have a few people here, and we believe that once, if they manage to close Quebec and Alberta in 2021, I mean, when they go to the TSX, the stock is going to increase significantly. Now, what does significantly mean? Well, I mean, significantly can be, let's say $10 by the end of the year, something in that range. But it's hard to hard to gauge it. Why? Because as 97% retail investors. Here, let's get to that. As you can see over here, you got an ownership breakdown of general public. All right, retail investors, 97%. This is huge. What I've also noticed here is that, if I recall, from like 6-7 months ago, this seems to be increasing. And I mean, I'm not surprised, because when you go and you start looking up here and you start seeing all of the purchases coming on from Mark Kohler, here you have Dr. Hamza, which also purchased some more, 5,000 shares. But it's all about, when is this stock going to go to that next level? That's what it is. And look at all the inside buying here. Look at this. It's just, there's a lot of it going on. I mean, the stock rose a little bit, 9 cents to 2.30% closed, all right? And that pretty much was its high of the day, and you had here at 221. So it's not so bad, all right? It's just, and if you look at 2019 here with the revenue and earnings, and you look at the previous years, it's all good things, all right? You have here a 1.7 for between a strong buy and a buy that hasn't moved. You look at the average over here, 332. Now, this is Humanacare. I did some research, you can call it, on that. It's another great tool for them to have. Humanacare used to deal more in short-term care. Now, with CloudMD, they're able to go into more of long-term care, and you have a lot of this, what you see here, as employee and family assistance. Okay, So services include short-term therapy, counseling, but now with CloudMD, they're going to be able to go and do this more long-term. And of course, bottom line is they'll be making a lot more money. There's not really much more to say. I mean, the idea for and these acquisitions are important because they're growing. But what the people are looking for is Quebec and Alberta. All right. And that's what's going to make the excitement. We get Quebec and Alberta. When we get Quebec and Alberta and we have an uplisting to the TSX, the excitement of all those people that have been waiting patiently, including ourselves. But it's going to be a day where we will be very excited, and our patience, just holding on is we're going to be rewarded at that time. Let's just take a financial look at the health of the company here. I mean, they have 6 checks. They got a ton of cash. They have cash for over 3 years. Okay, I mean, they're in a really, really strong financial position. Humanacare gives over 19%, I believe, on margins. So, I mean, there's just more money always coming into the company. So basically what we're doing is that we are just waiting. It's a waiting game. And honestly, the waiting game is it could be very tiresome. Because what happens is that a lot of people are not capable of making other plays because they put so much money into this stock that they're watching other opportunities pass by. They can't get out of the stock because maybe they purchased it when it was running up, and right now they're at a loss, so they don't even want to take out even a small amount. And that's where a lot of the frustration lies for, right? Because this stock went above $3. Look, the stock was played. Some people got stuck holding the bag. They're still inside there. I mean, the stock will eventually, in our opinion, go above $3. I can't even imagine. I mean, you get Quebec in here or Alberta, the stock's going up immediately. There's just gonna be more money coming in, more people using it. You got Quebec and Ontario, you got Vancouver in there. I mean, it would be absolutely insane. Alberta jumps right in. Forget about it. So, I love the fact that there's Humanacare as an acquisition. I love the fact that Idea 4 is also going to be coming in. These are great things. Definitely not knocking them out. I mean, it helps the bottom line. I mean, it would be ridiculous not to be excited about it. I think the problem is that we're so focused on Quebec and Alberta. And of course, listen, I completely understand why. Okay? I'm focused on that too. I really want the Quebec and Alberta to get the footprint clinics. It's not that easy though. It's not that easy. These footprint clinics, full patient care, they're a special type of clinic. All right, you got physiotherapists in there, ergotherapists in there, osteopaths. You're gonna have kinesiologists inside there, psychologists. It's one-stop shop. Okay, and in Quebec alone, you got Concordia Physio, you have Kinetics, you have Esprit Sport, and maybe you have some others out there, but I mean Concordia Physio and Kinetics is huge. I mean, but will they sell, right? So you gotta if that's the type of clinics that the one-stop shop clinics like that, where you even have orthopedic surgeons, general doctors, and all this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, it's going to be a lot of negotiating. It's going to take a while. I mean, unless, there's acquisitions of smaller clinics and then it's created. CloudMD has the money. They have the money. They got strong financial position. I mean, all they need to do is get into Quebec and Alberta with the Medicare card. It's going to be crazy. I mean, I don't see anything stopping them from getting in there. Now, from early videos of Dr. Hamza, one of the things that he had stated is that in Canada, we strive for a strong balance sheet. We look for a good cash position, Whereas in the United States, he had stated that he knows that they look for growth. They look for growth. And, understanding the logistics of this and how will you do these two different types of markets, how are you going to deal with these two different types of markets, is going to be significantly different. Now, of course, he has a whole group that was formed, which was extremely exciting when it was formed. Remember, all these people are still there to continue international growth and growth within. I mean, even for insurance companies and stuff like that. And Humanacare is going to help in all of this. This is a disruptive stock sector, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. And telemedicine is here it's going to stay. Telemedicine is not going anywhere. With SARS potentially, high potential of becoming an endemic, all right? So yearly cycle like the flu. You're not going to want to go to a clinic. Now, people just say coronavirus, but it's not just a coronavirus. All right, coronavirus could be the common cold. Coronavirus could cause a flu. This is SARS. This is SARS coronavirus. So the only time that humans had recorded in history was in 2003, had 10% mortality rate. This is SARS. The mortality rate can only be figured out usually when the case is closed. So in 2004, when there was no more SARS around, they were able to say, well, okay, this was a mortality rate. That SARS was extremely, extremely deadly, but just not as contagious, thank God. Nonetheless, this is still a SARS. And you're not going to want to go to a clinic when it's endemic. You're going to be using telemedicine. CloudMD has a Medicare card. And I'll repeat that. And people could be like, oh, he's always repeating the damn Medicare card. Yeah, it's extremely important because in Canada, we don't pay out of pocket. And other telemedicine companies are asking for out of pocket. In my opinion, they won't stand a chance against CloudMD. Bottom line, CloudMD in 5 years from now, let's correct that, when they have Quebec and when they have Alberta, and of course, naturally, the rest of provinces will, all the other places will just fall right into place, because once you have over close to 90% of the population, the rest is just going to fall into place on its own. All right. So when basically they have Canada, all right, and they're using the Medicare card, they're going to become a household name. They're going to become a household name. I've already spoken to it, with my neighbors and stuff like that. I said, oh, they're not in Quebec yet, but it's really cool, the Medicare card, and very excited. They're like, oh, you got to let me know when they're here. Absolutely. They all have kids and everything like that. Everybody's getting ready. Everybody's getting ready. If you, just the people that I speak to alone, all right, off of whoever's, you guys are investors, so it's different. But my friends and my neighbors, and when I go to my kids' daycare or school, and I'm talking to them about this exciting company, I actually had a conversation on the phone with a guy from Bell Canada, and we would just start talking, and I was like, hey, are you into investing? And I was like, you should really check out this company called CloudMD. And he was like, really? And then what? It was like, what? Using the Medicare? And he was like, oh, really? He's like, can I actually use that now? People want to use telemedicine, and and I'm not paying $100 something telemedicine to a company. So it's never going to happen. Anyways, our pediatrician and our family doctor is through telehealth, but not the way CloudMD offers it. CloudMD is streamlined, simple to use. I've seen their app. I was on it, just not able to use. But basically getting all the programming ready for for the kids to be in there and the whole 9 yards. Extremely excited, and envisioning that they will be here in Quebec, just like The Secret, think and it will happen, right? So basically, all my neighbors, everybody that I speak to, are just like, listen, guy, when CloudMD opens up, let me know, because definitely going to be using them, because a lot of these people, their doctors actually are not on any telemedicine, and I'm just like, what? Then a lot of them are just hoping they don't get sick. I'm like, oh my god, that's not good. That's really not good. And other people that might have had scares with tumors and cancers and stuff like that, they desperately need telemedicine. There's so much that's going to be happening in the future, that if you look at Facebook and they're offering Portal. I don't know if anybody knows about it, but they're offering Portal, and Portal is basically like it's like a video phone. It's just a video phone. That's it. You click in there. You can have your pictures on it and everything, but you click, and it'll call the person you want to call. Imagine having your telemedicine in there for older people. It's just like, CloudMD on Portal. No need to even go for your phone, whatever. It's because Portal is like basically, putting a phone in your kitchen back in the day, when you'd have your phone you'd put up to your ear, but it's just at this time it's a video phone. And it doesn't move, it just stays there. It stays in your living room. You can have it hooked on top of your monitor, your TV, or you could just have it in a little section and stuff like that. Imagine when telemedicine and Portal, because believe me, Portal will be, it's Facebook. Portal's going to be going, it's going to be going out. I mean, when they were in Europe, because I couldn't order them yet, and they were in Europe, this was I think 2 years ago or something like that. I was planning on ordering them, and because I wanted it for my mom and my mother-in-law. Because I was like, wow, this is great. They don't need to just go find their phone, or they don't need to go and find an iPad, or have a computer, because they have a hard time going through it and finding the apps and stuff like that. I was like, well, if they just use Portal, I mean, they just program our number in it, so that way when they go on it, they click, they automatically call us on the video phone. It's so simple for them. You just push and that's it, or you just say call and then it does it. So imagine for an old person, and you have something like Portal in your house, and you're like, call CloudMD. This is incredible. This is incredible. So we got to look at where the future is going when it comes to a company like this. Disruptive sector, so much to offer. Billing through the Medicare card system, which no one else is offering. I cannot find it. If anyone ever finds that someone's other than CloudMD is using the Medicare card, I'd love to hear it. Put it up in the comments, because I've done the videos on it, I've done the research on it, and no one's using the Medicare card. Only CloudMD. So this is important. For me, this is the most important, because it sets them apart from everyone else. All right, when it comes to the billing system, because in Canada, and I can't say it enough, you're gonna go and use your Medicare card, and a lot of people don't focus on this. They focus on, I don't know, something else, but this is a barrier to entry. You're like, this is huge. No one's going to pay out of their pocket $120 a visit, or whatever the costs are per month in Canada, No one's doing that. When you have a Medicare card that you put into your phone or into like a system like Portal eventually in the future or whatever, and your Medicare card is there, and then boom, you're talking to a doctor, you're making an appointment, you're in the virtual waiting room, it doesn't matter what it is, you're at a company. Why would companies want to go with companies that are you have to pay them a monthly fee, or or the person that gets hurt at work has to pay because they're using the system? Why? I don't understand. There's no reason for that person or the company when they could just have something like this set up. Oh, what happened to you? You got hurt? Okay, swollen, you can't really move your finger too much or whatever. Okay, listen, you go into a room, click CloudMD. This is for a company, right? I'm talking about now. You go into a room, click therapists there, psychologists. You can have a doctor you're talking to. The doctor can say, listen, you can't be at work like that, all right? You're going to need to do WSIB paper, CSST paper, whatever the hell it is. You're going to have to do these documents, all right? We're giving you 3 days off for that injury. And then after that, contact us back on CloudMD and we'll see where we're at that point. I'm just saying, and it was all free. The person gets out of the room, documents, done. Maybe, when it comes to these type of legal documents, because usually they have to be done within like a 24-hour time frame and all this kind of stuff. Well, if you're not going to see the doctor, well then the doctor must be filling it out and then sending it directly into, I don't know, a printer that might be over there that you can hand over to your boss, and that takes care of everything right away. Do you know how important those type of documents are when you can give it right away and human resources are able to get it right away and then put them inside? We are at the very beginning of something that could be extremely great. So anyway, look, we're really bullish on CloudMD. I'm still, in my opinion, I'm still a 5+ because, no one else is able to use a Medicare card, and the barrier to entry, from what I understand of what Dr. Hamza was saying, that look, we've been doing this for years, decades even. This has been, for years in the making. For others to try to it's all going to be catch up. Everybody's going to be playing catch up. That's what they're going to be playing. So you get Quebec, you get Alberta, and once you go to TSX, and if they go to NASDAQs, the CloudMD is just going to be going through the clouds. All right, everybody, I really hope that you enjoyed that video. We'll have many more to come. Whatever you do, hit the subscribe and the like button. But hit that subscribe button in order for us to continue doing what we're doing. We need to bring up the subscriber and the memberships over here. And always remember, when you're doing any investment, whether it's in real estate or in the stock market, anything in life, at Betweenplays, what we always say, it's our motto: research, prepare, plan, execute. Okay? Stay strong.